So what they do, there's a back entrance, and they have a golf cart. So he drives me to the train station, so I don't have to walk.
Stoneman in the chat says they backed the golf cart up right to the back door when John got out.
Oh, so Stoneman did see the golf cart, because I'm telling my Stoneman, how soon after the show ended was John out?
Stoneman, call in.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes. How long would you say John hung out after the show?
I mean, he hung out a good bit, probably about a good half hour, 45 minutes.
Oh, my spy blew it then, because my spy said he was out back waiting to see if John, because he figured he'd know if John went through the front, because there'd be a commotion and plus the live streams and stuff. So he went to the back waiting for John, and he said he never saw a golf cart, but you did see the golf cart.
I didn't see the golf cart, but Gino came in and told him, that they were giving him shit because they backed the golf cart up right to the door.
Interesting.
And he was told right to his face that KB was outside waiting for him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, well, we'll tell him to come in. I'm like, dude, there's signs posted. He's not allowed to come in.
Oh, well,
walked away.
That is quite unfortunate then. What a unfortunate coincidence.
Sounds about right.
All right, Stone Man, thank you. Anything else you remember from that night that you want to prove that Drunkie's lying?
No.
Okay.
Just, he knew KB couldn't come in.
Mm-hmm.
And when he was told right to his face that he's outside waiting for you, he was like, oh, he can come in. I was like, not really.
Howard.
All right, thank you, Stone Man. Love you more than a friend. Hello, Spy. This is Tuki.
What's going on, Tuki?
I hear you have a spy report.
Yeah, I was
Spy report.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So you were at the show.
Yeah, so after the show, over in the bar area, was with Brian Langdon, Stoneman, two other dabblers, and John. And so I said, "Oh, John, did you know KB was at the show?" And he goes, "What? He was? Where?" And I said, "Oh, he got kicked out, but he's outside right now, apparently." And he said, "Oh, okay." So I said, "Why don't you go outside and talk to him?" He said, "Well, I haven't gotten paid yet, and I'm still drinking." Coming up with an excuse. So anyway, yeah. So I said, "Well, the beer, you can drink the beer afterwards. You're still going to get paid afterwards." Blah, blah, blah. We bullshitted for a couple more minutes. I went outside, saw KB, and KB was all fired up. He wanted John out there. I said, "Do you want me to go try to get him outside again?" He said, "Yeah, go get him." So I went back into the club. John is in there. I don't think there was really any other dabblers or anybody really hanging out with him at that point. It was just security and some of the workers. And so I said, "John, KB's outside." And he said, "What? Why would I go outside?" I said, "Well, because you've talked a lot of shit. You told him to come to the show, so why don't you go outside?" He said, what are you, his bitch?" I said, "No, I'm not his bitch. I'm just passing along the message because he's not allowed back in because you had him kicked out." And he was like, "No, I'm not doing that." And so I started walking away, and he goes, "That's right, bitch. Run away to me." So I said, that I went right up to him in his face. I said, "You're a f***ing pussy. Why don't you come outside with me right now, you little bitch?" And he the black security guard that somebody had mentioned earlier, he was right there, and he goes, security, get this guy out of here."
No!
Yeah. So
Pussy boy.
He's
gonna regret that one.
I was right in his face, called him a pussy, a bitch, and he called security on me. And the security didn't kick me out because I wasn't gonna, once that was brought to their attention, I left on my own terms. But yeah, he absolutely was aware of KB. I told him personally more than once that he wanted him outside. I called him out after he tried to do that bullshit. Run away, bitch, run away. So, yeah, the KB did not. We were outside for maybe 30, 45 minutes after the show.
Right.
Waiting for him with Tommy Jordan.
Yeah, we saw.
Stoneman.
We were watching. Everyone was hanging out front, and they were waiting for John to come out, and John never came out the front. Nope. But I had a spy on the back who said he never came out the back either. So I don't know when, how long after the show was it that you were in the argument with John?
This was probably after this was probably like 45 minutes after the show had ended.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so the 8-minute clip of us all talking, then outside. Yeah, so about 45 minutes. KB was there for at least 45 minutes after the show outside,
Right.
looking for it. And John was a little bitch. And the one thing I do want to say, John, he actually looks way fatter on his streams than he does in person. He looks terrible in person, but he's got these tiny, skinny little legs and these long noodle arms. He does not look like somebody that's been working out, and he's a tiny, pathetic little man. And he was slurring his words. He was back in the green room for I think most of the show until Keanu came on. Then he was sitting right behind me.
Oh my God.
And he was
I gotta see my
with his bucket of beer.
I gotta see my girlfriend perform.
He was overly laughing at her jokes to try to. Yeah, exactly.
Shalom one. Shalom one. Gino's harassal. You get it?
And I'm not trying to make it sound like it was worse than it is, or I'm not exaggerating. He legit has a smell to him because I didn't realize that he was behind me, and there was this smell that it's almost like
hold on.
Stop it!
Wait,
Leave
pause,
this man alone.
Kevin, you're talking about Kevin Brennan now.
No, I'm talking about John. I'm talking about John.
Okay,
Yeah, John had a smell
the guy
to
that
him.
gave me this Kevin Brennan spy report.
No.
Any confirmation there? Did Kevin Brennan smell?
I did not notice because I only encountered Kevin outside in the street, and so I didn't notice any smells.
Continue your description of John's smell.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, so it's I guess it smelled, somebody that's a heavy smoker, which I don't think John is, but it's had that old cigarette smell and just dirty. It wasn't BO, but he had this smell to him that I could smell, and when he was sitting behind me about 3 or 4 feet, I could smell. I didn't know he was behind me, but I noticed the smell, and he right before he came up, he put his bucket of beers on my table because I was right next to the stage. And he tried to put his arm around me, and I kind of rubbed it off. And but he went on stage with 4 beers. He drank 4 beers in 45 minutes during his set. And he's just a pathetic little bitch. And
professional.
But the crowd was, I will say this, he got a lot of laughs. Gino got a lot of laughs, but it was a very comedian friendly crowd. I mean, they were just looking to laugh. It was, I didn't understand it, but me and the other dabblers during his set gave him nothing. And he called us out a couple of times. We were to the stage right. He called 3 of us out. We were just staring at him stone faced. And he said, "You guys look like you hate me." And I was like, "Yep, we do."
Oh,
so.
no.
He's a piece of shit.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you, Spy.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw him. I only saw him when he was at the door. He had a noisemaker real quick.
When I was on stage, I didn't see
Oh, again, John is just pretending like he found out Kevin Brennan was here. This, I guess, is like the 3rd or 4th person who have allegedly told John that Kevin was here. Oh, really?
Brennan came to the show. Really?
Oh my God, John, with a 1955 noisemaker.
And I
He stole it from the set of Mad Men, I said.
Are you kidding me?
No, he's out there.
What?
Wait, last night, wasn't he calling Kevin a child for doing that? And now he's laughing at it.
Yeah, well, last night was the day after this.
That's true. He's on a high.